We do have Coach LJ Harrison in the building. How are you, champ?
Yo, what's going on, chat?
Oh man, we're good. Happy to have you. Listen, I'm gonna come out swinging hard from the beginning because I'm a better, and I've become a bigger and bigger better because it's like I'm watching all this. I'm going to these gyms. I'm watching them spar. It's like, why am I not making money to pay these bills off this shit? So we've definitely stepped up our betting, and we do a regular betting show, and we've been pretty spot on. So
Yo, we
Yeah,
killed them on the Alicia card.
yes,
We killed them on the Alicia
yes, we even
card.
yeah.
stretched that a week
As,
after.
as, as you should.
Yeah,
That being said, though, I've been asking a lot of trainers and fighters about this, Tszyu Harrison fight because I feel like, you know, we all just want Tony to box as well as he did,
Right,
let's say, in the first 6 rounds of the second Charlo fight, or as well as he did in his last fight versus Sergio Garcia.
right.
But we don't know why he can A, lose focus, B, is it the chin, or C, is it conditioning? Which of the
Mm,
three do you think it is? Because I was at that fight in Florida with Willie Nelson. He was winning that, and then it was over. Now, cool, that was the first one, and it's like he got caught. You get caught. But then
hmm.
it's been the same routine. The only way he loses is in that fashion.
Right.
People like my co-hosts like to say he's losing focus.
I feel
I like to
Hmm.
say at this level you can't lose. You can't lose focus in a rematch with Jamel Charlo. That don't make logical sense.
Right.
You're a champion defending your belt. I can't give that excuse. So you're
Well,
the
I
trainer.
say he get bored. I say he get bored. I feel like he haven't. Yo, I feel like
Don't get
Tony.
it.
Yo, I feel like Tony in a way a badass little kid. I feel like he get bored. You know what I'm saying? And he start acting up. He
Yeah,
start doing shit he ain't
yeah.
supposed to be doing. So it's like I don't think it's the stamina. I think he did well. Held up in the Garcia fight. I think personally, I feel like he get bored. But obviously, you in there with him every day, LJ. You
Yeah,
know.
What is it, LJ?
yeah. I think the only fight to me that he just completely gassed out was the Hurd fight. That was to me the only fight where I feel like he gassed out. I think mainly he just not focused, and I think since my dad passed, I think that's been a key thing for me is keeping him focused. You know what I'm saying? Understanding like the great fighters from round 1 to round 12, they able to lock in on what they doing and what they game plan is. Like even with Charlo, a lot of people be like, "Oh man, I can't stand Charlo." Me as a competitor athlete myself, I love Charlo because I feel like to be a champion, man, and defend that belt over and over and over takes discipline, it takes focus, and I think that was the main thing that got him over the hump that second fight. And I think for me, the thing is just keeping him focused, man. Understanding like, as long as Tony Harrison is focused, to me, he's the best 154 pounder in the world. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's focused, he has a chin. Obviously, he's taking shots. From, it's not like he gets touched and he just drops. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of like him just staying focused, man, getting hit with stuff that I know he's not supposed to get hit with. You know what I mean?
Now, I was just up there, shit, I want to say back in August, and, I'm talking to Tony, and on and
Mm,
off camera, he telling me, yo, it ain't going to be just anybody that's going to get me back. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I need the right name to get me going. So, when
right.
I seen Sergio Garcia, I'm like, all right. But then he looked phenomenal, and then obviously he steps in, takes this opportunity, and yo, he's showing pictures of the scale. He's showing pictures of
Hmm.
himself in the gym. And I know he in the gym every day, but all he ever posts himself in the gym doing is beating you in chess. So yeah, he on weight, but I'm trying to see, you know what I'm saying, how long he been working and what
Oh
was it
man.
about the zoo opportunity? Because he obviously said it had to be the right name to get him going, to get him up.
Yeah, yeah. I think again. I think for me, because this is somebody that I've been working out with since we can remember, and I know for me, again with boxing, man, I like you said before, I think my brother he knows he's that better than everybody. So I think for me, it's more of like just making sure that he stays busy. That's been my thing with Tony, just staying busy. Like, I don't believe me personally in fighters just not doing nothing and then getting a call 6, 7 weeks and think they're gonna go from a zero to a hero. Your body just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing has just been keeping Tony busy. Like he was in a Charles Conwell fight when Charles just fought on the New Orleans card. He's been in Marlon Harrington camp. I don't care if Tony is better or worse than the guy. My thing is just keeping Tony busy. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now it was at the right time because they called him when we was already sparring and in camping. I already been running with him and working out with him, so it all just played out perfectly. Like, he just been staying in the gym. And that's been my thing. Even with the Sergio Garcia fight, I just had him in the gym. I'm just keeping him in the gym. I'm keeping him focused. And that's just the main thing.
So you're saying he been sparring Charles before y'all even got the call for Tim?
Yeah, like Charles is one of our because if Tony don't have a fight, Charles got to fight, or if Charles don't got to fight, Isaiah
Right.
Steen got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Or if Isaiah Steen don't got to fight, it's like a Cordell Booker had a fight, or like a Nate Gallimore. So all these guys come to our gym, and we busy with them. I got Tony, whether it's 4, 6, 8 rounds, I got him a part of the camp. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just keeping them busy.
Now, obviously, since your father's passing, he's had to step up. You've had to step up. Obviously, you guys have now each assumed trainer roles.
Right.
Um, champion, undisputed world champion now in Alicia Bumgardner. Some people have suggested that perhaps Tony training is taken away from what he's actually able to put in the ring. Is that any concern from your point of view, and do you feel like that at all?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely a concern. I mean, I take what I do serious. You know what I'm saying? And um, at the end of the day, he had a goal that he had to accomplish, and was I a little, yeah, I do feel like it took away from things that I know we could be possibly doing. But like I said, on the backside, the fact that I already had him training for so long, made me feel a little better. Now, if Tony was just getting off the couch, then it would have been a real problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just me as a trainer being focused too. But I take what I do very serious. This is not like something I just woke up and just decided to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, absolutely.
um, yeah. So my thing is preparation. Even when I won with AB, which is all about preparation, I take that very serious. So, um, it was a little concerning, but like I said, he been doing this thing. Every day he was out there. I called him, make sure he was running or getting some work in from somebody. So when he came home from the fight, when undisputed, we just picked right back up where we was off. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, Tony doesn't want much, huh? Or need much.
And you mean in the sense of what? Like money or like fame or what you mean?
All of the above. You
Nah,
as
neither one
you
of us
as
do.
coach and his
Nah.
brother. I mean, you
Yeah.
know his
Nah, neither one.
personality better than us.
Yeah, neither one of us do, man. Like we ain't like, it don't take much again. Like I didn't become a trainer to be famous or become rich. Like, what I'm saying? I was already, like we rich with people. You know what I'm saying? Like the community levels, our city levels, what we do for this community means more than any amount of dollar or any amount of TV shine that we could do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of times, like Tony, I don't like Tony. There's a few fights I've turned down. I've actually turned down Tim Tszyu before. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like the money wasn't right, the situation wasn't right, considering Tony's career. And again, like same thing for me. Like I'm not one of them trainers you can call and it's gonna take a fight 3 weeks before the fight. Like if we
Whoa.
can't prepare and
How
and do
long ago were
things.
you offered this Tim Tszyu fight though?
I mean that was in the works for a while. It just people found out about it maybe 5, 6 weeks before, but that was already in the works.
So was that in the works the moment we heard about the Charlo injury? Because obviously we heard about the injury, and then there was like no word, um, no official word for a couple weeks. And
Right,
Tim was here, in Vegas getting some work,
Sparring.
getting sparring. And I'm gonna
right.
be honest, the word I was hearing was he was taking a tune up at the crib. And I told him to his face, I said, I think Tony, for you, a tougher fight could be a tougher fight than Charlo.
That's definitely a tougher fight than Charlo. I mean, it just Tony, man. Like I said, Tony to me, I've seen my brother, man. Like is and I'm not being biased, man. Is one of the best fighters at the best fighter at 154 when he's focused, and I stand by that, and that's my goal, man. Like since my dad passed, is to just work on them details of him just being focused and staying in the gym. Like, man, if this is what you want to do, then you got to really do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you think you good, but you can't just get off the couch 6, 7 weeks before a fight and try to take that. You got to stay in the gym, and that's just something that I preach to him And shit, he ready, man. Like, I just kept him in the gym.
Is he content with being a one-time champ? Do you think that like he has hunger to be a two-time champion? Do you see that in him? Because I don't hear that from you. I hear a trainer that has to tell his fighter to come to the gym. That's not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? But again, sometimes that's just what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes athletes lose, and that's just any athlete, man. Sometimes they lose, they passion for it, or they get into a space where they just might need a break, or like I said, our dad. There's a lot going on. So I feel like that's why I'm here. That's what makes a trainer great. Can you spark the fire back in your in your athlete? And I feel like that's just what I've done. Like, my brother's it's refreshed for him, me being in his corner, me being his age, me being able to run with him and do all these things with him. It's refreshed him. Like, now he got a lot to, on the table. So now he comes in the gym. I don't have to babysit him like, we probably would have had to did 5 years ago. A lot of the things that I've drilled in his head, he does that on his own now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think right now he has that hunger. He's eager, and then especially AB winning the undisputed. I mean, like, he got a lot to prove, man. Like, he ready to show that, he's one of the best fighters in the world.
I gotta ask because I've never been up to the gym before.
Let me follow up.
Go ahead.
So LJ, when did you become part of the camp? Because obviously I'm sure you've always been there, but when were you given a role or had a role to fill? Because I've been following your brother since he was with Emmanuel Stewart, so I'm trying to find
Right.
out, like, he was always a great boxer, but he was getting knockouts. When I was putting my audience on him
Yeah.
and Emmanuel was alive, like, and I know people like to put that on Emmanuel and say, oh, he forces his fighter to get the knockout, but I feel like, Tony was very confident back then, and
Yeah. Yeah.
why did he go away from going for the kill, so to speak? Because Danny says again he get bored. Well, you won't get
Right.
bored if you put that right hand on somebody and knock him out.
Yeah. I just think realistically, the older you get, obviously you're not a kid. You're not 18. You can't just cut the weight and have like the full strength that you have. You know what I'm saying? So I think me personally, I've never really talked to Tony about this in particular thing, but I just think me personally, like, when you getting older, and I could just see it from him training and stuff. Like, the older you get, it's just harder to make the weight. Like, the Charlo fight we had, like, it just some I think it was might have been the second one. Like, it just getting them last little pounds off just hurt him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I think that's more than anything, just him just getting a little older. But as far
So
as
the
me, like,
weight cut, you feel like the weight cut is diminishing his power?
yeah, but again, that's why I got him now, just trying to live in the gym, so he stays around that the the 54 to 60. He stay in that range instead of going up to maybe 180, 185, and we got to try to lose all these pounds. And in the last week, we trying to get rid of the last 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so when he posted that picture, I ain't gonna lie, people was obviously like, okay, cool, Tony been in the gym, he locked in,
Hmm.
but I looked at it like, yo, he only 12 pounds away 6 weeks out. Was
Right.
that, or is there any
Concern?
of like maybe peaking too early or maybe
Leaving it in the gym?
Hmm. No, a lot of that stuff just came from his diet and how he was living outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? I tell my athletes this, give yourself the best chance, man. Like, if there's something that you really want to do, just give yourself the best chance. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of that came within himself. Like I said, I don't have to babysit him. A lot of that came within his diet. He changed his diet, stopped drinking, just, stop kind of just having fun as much. Because I told him realistically, man, your window closing. So we're going to have to take advantage of these next 2, 3 years. And, it just him just making a change within himself, wanting to be a better athlete, really want to just, put his foot down on his last run that he got and show that he's one of the best fighters in the world.
So what we got, like, what is it, like 18 days or something out?
Yeah.
How much time would you say exactly you guys got for this fight to get prepared? Because I heard you say you turned it down before, and then
y'all was talking.
and then you said we can't take fights on 3 weeks' notice. So how much notice did you get?
I was just saying in general, me, because I was just saying in general with me, because I've gotten calls from fighters they'll call me and say, hey, I need you to train me. And I'm like, well, when you fight? I fight in 2 weeks. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying in general with me, I'm not that type of trainer. Like I like to be intimate with my guys. I like to spend time with them. I like to see them. I like to, try to, like, again, this is something I take serious. I don't just, I don't need the money that bad. I don't need the fame that bad to just take a fight last minute. Like I don't do that. I was just saying in general with me.
Or
Um,
how long would you say you guys will have total for this camp when it's all said and done?
oh, total when we first got the call, maybe 7 weeks.
And obviously
That
fully
was
happy.
that was 6 7 weeks of actually full camp, like not including we was already doing before we got the call.
So
You
that's
know what I'm
not
saying? Which
including. That's not going to include fight week weight cut. 7 weeks of training you got.
we got so without like fight week, we had 6 weeks. Six
Okay.
weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks without the fight week. But again, that's just fighting camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I don't count the week of the fight.
And
We gonna move around and
you believe Tony's the best 154 in the world.
yeah. I believe Tony is the best when he's focused. I believe Tony is the best 100. And nobody can outbox him. Nobody's faster. Nobody's sharper. Nobody defense is better. Nobody moves like him. You know, I don't see, and I'm being realistically, every fighter got their strength, but I'm just saying overall, I don't think there is a fighter that can beat him. Obviously, I think you got guys that's very good. To me, Charlo is good, Lubin is good, Fondora is good. I mean, you got these guys that's good, but I think Tony is just better than all of them. Like, if I had to bet my money on one night, then I would obviously do that with Tony.
Floyd made that give me 6 weeks and I beat anybody very famous. What do you think that, Tony can live up to that phrase? Is 6 weeks enough for your brother with how highly you speak of him?
Yeah, I think 6 weeks is enough for any fighter if they stand in the gym. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Like, are you staying in the gym? Now, like, if you get a call, again, like I told you, man, if a fighter get a call and he hadn't been doing nothing, and then they call you and say, hey, we got to fight for you in 6 weeks, it's a big opportunity, then you putting yourself in a bad spot. Because, I mean, the first 3 4 weeks, you got to get over the soreness. It's going to take you 3 weeks to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the first 3 weeks, your body got to get used to whatever you're doing. So you really only got 2 3 weeks of real time of you getting better.
Coach, how much running are you focusing in on this camp? Because I feel like he gonna have to pivot a lot, right? It's gonna
Yeah,
have
of
to be
course.
another Sergio Garcia
Yeah,
performance where you the matador to your bull.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we definitely getting our cardio in, like a lot of sprints. I'm big on things like being obviously distance run is good for just building the strength, but I'm big on like sprints. You know what I'm saying? I like to just get them lungs open. Sprints you got to go 100% effort, obviously. So he definitely be getting a good cardio in. Like I said, man, we've been getting great sparring. You know what I'm saying? So
What's
I
great
think he gonna be
sparring mean? Cause you guys in Detroit, like, what
right.
names you using out there? Cause Zoo came out here and got
Man,
real.
shit, Charles Conwell, a hell of a name.
Zoo came out here and got real names though. He was getting real work.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if
I
we
mean,
being
was he?
honest,
Was he?
no, I was gonna say if we being honest, he didn't get a name bigger than Charles Conwell.
I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying. He didn't.
Conwell is
He
in a
got he got
good
the he got the he got the
154 pound
bell.
position.
I'm saying Tim Tszyu had who? The Bell brothers or something like that. Like, I mean, he wasn't getting no
Who the
Charles
Bell
Conwell.
brothers? Who the Bell brothers?
That's my point.
Nah. He had Amari Jones, and
I do
who
know
else?
him. I know him. I
And
know
and
him. I'm
and
familiar
and,
with him.
and he good. And didn't he get some work with Caleb?
Nah. Amari got work with
Uh,
Caleb.
Amari for sure did.
Yeah, Amari got work with Caleb, but nah. I mean, he was sparring Amari, and then he was sparring. He sparred another youngin, but
I mean, but we got to be realistic, right? So the thing is, like, yeah, he like okay. So let's say one of our sparring partners is Charles Conwell, one of the best. Again, he top 10 for sure, right?
mm-hmm.
He's proven that. You know, he to me, Charles Conwell is better than Tim Tszyu. Like it's not even close. Like that's just me personally. But to be fair, none of that matters. Like even though Tim Tszyu sparring guys that I know not better than Tony, none of that matters. It's really what's gonna come down to fight night. Like you know what I'm saying? Who gonna be able to just? Are we gonna be? Is me and Tony gonna be able to stick to that game plan the whole time? And like you said, pivot and move and use that IQ. That's what it's gonna come down to. I don't really care who you spar. You can get the best work in it, but it comes down to one night.
It's
You know what
hard
I'm
for
saying?
me to say Conwell's not better than Tszyu. You might be right. Like,
Come on, y'all. Keep it. Come on, man. Y'all
Bro,
boys
that's
keep it
why
100, man.
I mean, the thing is that
Keep
Conwell
it, keep it real,
he
man.
hasn't gotten the
but
opportunity to
neither has
prove
Tszyu.
that.
Neither has Tszyu though.
Tszyu got the one better name, right? I mean, he got Gachet. Conwell's biggest
Yeah,
win is
but
what? Patrick Day?
yeah, but you gotta know, but you gotta
And I
remember in
hate
Charles
that.
fights. But listen, in Charles fights, Charles Conwell really stopping people, and if he's not, he's biting
Yeah.
down for
Coach, 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 coach.
and he's
Coach, but I
biting
do this
down.
shit
He's
for a
biting
living,
down.
champ. You seen, and I know Conwell gonna hate me for this, but we all seen his last fight. That was a Dominican welterweight moving up, and he took Conwell to
But
like,
he
man, he
because he's
fucked up my
awkward,
parlay.
because he's still awkward. He's still an awkward fighter.
Nah. You seen
He's
what
still an
Boots did to
awkward
that boy?
fighter.
Did you see what Boots did to that boy? Boots beat the brakes off of Breu. He beat the brakes off of Breu. So
Yeah, but
look, Conwell
again,
was
you gotta
good.
remember. But you gotta
Conwell's
remember,
good, but I don't know if
Con,
Tim punching harder. I know everybody get caught up in Conwell and what happened with Patrick Day. I get it. And rest in peace, Patrick Day. That was my man. I'm from the East.
I was
I'm
there.
from
Pat,
New York.
and listen,
But
Pat can fight,
why
bro.
he ain't
Pat,
knock out
Pat can fight.
Abreu?
That's an awkward guy. Charles still 5'5". He's still short. The guy was an awkward, long rangy. You still gotta find your
How
way
many
in there. You
rounds
know
they
what I'm
was
saying?
doing, Coach?
Listen, all I'm saying is that Charles. I think Charles beat him. That's what I'm saying. I think
No.
Charles beat him.
How many rounds Harrison and Charles doing?
Oh, I don't really want to give out a sauce, but for y'all, I do. I mean, we doing 12 to 14. It just depends on the day.
What?
Some days 12, some days they did 14.
Just them two doing 12 to 14.
Just them two alone. Just them two alone. And again, that's not even including the other guys I got coming in. That's giving Tony work. That's coming on the back end of that. You know what I'm saying?
On the back end of 12 to 14? Come on,
listen,
Coach. Don't leave it in the gym.
No, listen. But again, you gotta see. You would have to be there to see. Sometimes it depends on the flow of what they doing. Like,
So yeah, I was just gonna ask you. So is it 12 to 14 rounds of I work that jab this round?
That's what I'm saying. See, sometimes Tony and Chark, because they know each other, so sometimes it take them three, 4 rounds to really, you know what I'm saying, like start to really get into their groove. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't like nobody in they camp 4 hours probably count the first 3 rounds of they sparring. It not, but some days they come out blazing, and then you got to just keep it at 12. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I look at Tony and say, you had a great week. We're gonna just keep it at 10 today, and finish up with some other. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. But I'm saying I'm normally trying to aim for, like, realistically, my thing with Tony is staying focused and finishing. So a lot of times I make him go an extra round or two just so he can lock in on the game plan down the stretch. You know what I'm saying?
3-minute rounds, right?
Why y'all keep saying
Yeah.
staying focused? I don't get that. You got a dude trying to kill you in there. He trying to take
Right.
your head off. How can't you stay
But listen,
focused?
okay, perfect example, right? So the last Charlo fight, again, I don't do excuses. I'm just stating facts. The last Charlo fight, what I seen my brother do was go into sparring mode. That's what I seen, because that was the first fight in a long time where I seen my brother actually in there having fun to the point where he started to do like this stuff that I know he don't do in a real fight. He went into sparring mode. He just lost focus. He was having too much fun. You know what I'm saying? So that was just me. I just feel like he started having too much fun, so he just lost focus, and that's just what it is to me. I ain't gonna say it was an excuse. He lost because he just lost focus. And who knows what the reason why in his mind.
Coach, let me just ask, and I'm trying to figure out how to really word this, but would you say, and I mean this respectfully, obviously, with your father passing,
Right.
like I said earlier, you guys had to step up.
Right.
Would you say that training has brought something out of Tony, has maybe brought like a second life to him? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was in there, I just saw him enjoying himself, and it wasn't just training Alicia, it was the kids. I'm gonna be honest, and the kids is what I noticed the most, and that's when we get to talking. He was like, yo, I'm having fun, I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying, but it's gonna have to be the right name to get me going. Would you say, or do you feel like your brother kind of has had a second life brought to him through training?
Yeah. I think again, I think it's a combination of just me and Tony, because I gotta agree. I think it's a combination of him obviously training, and a lot of times he get to understand like the stuff that I tell him, he go through it with, the Alicia last fight. So, he'll call me like, damn, I get what you're saying now. And I'm like, that's what I've been trying to tell you. So a lot of times I think it sparked him now because now he get to see both sides of that fence, like of being a trainer and being a fighter. You know what I'm saying? The things that he required from AB is the things that I require from him. So it gives him a little bit of a sense of like, okay, I understand now. Like it's not coming from, when me and Tony had the Perella fight, we fought a lot. That was our first time, but I just demand greatness in him. Now he's understanding that what I demand of him is just being the best version of himself.
Has that made this camp easier in your opinion, or is it still a
Yeah,
work in
it's make it easier.
progress?
It made it easier because he again him being a trainer he understands where I'm coming from with a lot of things that I make him do or a lot of things that I say to him or the accountability that I put on him. Like I hold him accountable for the things that he do. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him like if you want to be a champion again, if you want to dominate this division with all these good fighters with the Lubins and Charlos and you gotta do what you're supposed to do, man. You gotta so I think with that he definitely found a new sense of life in the sport. Like I said, me and him still young, and it's like a new age thing where he just refreshed with the training and become undisputed. He's got a lot now that he's fighting for. He got a big name in front of him. He got opportunity to fight Charlo for the third time. So it's just a lot of things going in his favor. I've never seen him this focused and just this happy, just in general.
I gotta ask because this is something I've told Alicia. Like she go fight across the pond, and it's like she's showing up a week before, 10 days before. You know what I'm saying? You guys are
Yeah.
18 days out. When are you guys getting to Australia?
We take off this weekend. We get there we leave like on Monday or Sunday or something and get there like on Tuesday, something like that.
No concern of the adjustment, cause that's less than 2 weeks out.
Yeah. No, I think we'll be fine. I think he should be fine. Only thing we probably, the first day obviously we're gonna have to get adjusted and figure out, how we moving, like get all that stuff situated. But I think once we find our groove, ain't nothing changed. We bringing the sparring partners out there with us.
Do you already have a
So
gym out there, coach?
yeah. All that stuff is, all we gotta do is really just get in and get settled. Like once we get settled and get some rest from that flight, we're gonna get right back to work. And yeah,
We spoke to Devin, who said and Amari Jones, they both chose to once they land go for runs and kind of outwork, work their bodies, so they were forced to sleep and get adjusted to the time zone,
right,
just
right,
in case, you know. Cause I
Um,
want to
right.
see him win. He's a plus 250. That's a lot of money to make. Like every
LJ,
hundred
I
Yeah.
dollars.
and I gotta ask, man, cause
Damn.
you not the fighter, and I know you a betting man, cause I see you and Tony going at it on the chessboard every day. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let me ask you, man, how much you dropping on your brother?
Damn. That's personal. You ain't gotta answer
I bet
that.
the house. I bet the house on him. I bet the house on him every time. I'm betting with him every time. I mean, most of the times he's been an underdog, he won. I think the only time he lost as an underdog was what the second fight to Charlo, and that was down there 50-50. So I mean, he don't lose them under like he don't lose. We don't lose those. He don't lose those.
I mean, Tim is young. He only 28 years old.
Yeah, I mean that make a difference though. That youth definitely make a difference. But again, I actually there's not a lot of fighters that I don't like. I actually respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really a gutsy move. You know what I'm saying? That is really a gutsy move. That say a lot about
Very.
him. Yeah, that's very gutsy. Like and to me again as a competitor, like all respect to him. You know what I'm saying? But I just truly believe, he hasn't seen nobody with Tony's size, with Tony's speed, IQ. He ain't seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he gonna have to come with it though. That's for sure.
Uh, I gotta ask because you've been in, the corner overseas with Alicia, but
Hmm.
Tony ain't fought overseas in over 10 years. I want to say
Right.
he ain't fought overseas since he was with Emmanuel.
Right. That's facts.
What concern? Because you going down y'all already
Yeah, you
down
got
3-0. Y'all
exactly.
already down 3-0 on the cards. I'm
I
for
mean,
real.
Pacquiao.
Uh,
Look at Pacquiao. He
no,
thought
yeah,
he
I mean
won.
that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I mean, I think where doesn't matter. I mean, me and Tony pretty much the same. Like, me, I play ball overseas, so it's a different type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's hostile, but it's fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of an experience, and that's just how we looking at it. Like, that's an experience that he'll never forget, man. Like, just going into that stadium, how they gonna have it lit for Tim. They gonna have it laid out. You know what I'm saying? And even right now, they laying it out for us right now. They giving us pretty much everything we need. So it's more he looking at it more of an experience. But I just my thing is making sure like in camp, even when we sparring, he got to put distance in between them rounds so that way he's not making it close. Because I think
Can't
if you
make it
make it
close.
close, it could you can't. Because I think it'd be like a Pacquiao type of situation.
He
That ain't
got
what
a
I want.
Devin
So I
Haney
just
Camboso some, you know that.
yeah, yeah. No,
Anything
for sure.
close and they gonna give it to Tszyu. Do you
That's a
believe in
fact.
Tszyu's power, or has the last two fights kind of made you think he's not as strong as advertised?
I mean, I don't, me personally, I don't think he's as strong as advertised. But I mean, when you just wailing on somebody, that dude, I guess, wear you down. But I don't think he's just like a power puncher. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, Terrell Gachet pretty much laid it out for him and he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And the other guy, the Japanese guy, I forgot his name anyway or something. He couldn't get him out and he was hitting him with bombs. So I mean, I don't believe he's just a power puncher. I just believe that he do overwhelm with punches, and that's pretty much the same. So, but I don't think he's
By
just a.
overwhelmed,
I
do
don't
you
take
mean
him
he
as a.
got high activity?
Yeah, he's a. When he gets you, he has to get you first. He has to catch you first. If he catch you, then he becomes a volume puncher. You know what I'm saying? Like he punches. He is punching hard. Like he's trying to hurt you. It's not like he's trying to box you. He's trying to hurt you. So I think he's like more of a volume. So I don't take him as like nobody like a Charlo like that. I feel like that has power in his hand. Like you know what I mean?
Um, I get it. Yeah, it's hard. Charlo's definitely different. What were your thoughts, and what are your thoughts now after watching Gachet drop him?
Oh,
And I mean drop Tim Tszyu.
right. I think Tony definitely have enough opportunities. I don't really understand why Tim was just like, like staying in like one spot a lot. But for him to get that two off, like, I mean, we gonna be able to get that all night. But Terrell, I didn't understand why he was just staying in one spot a lot. I don't know if he was hurt or he just knew like he wasn't in shape enough. I don't understand why he was in one spot, but I think we're gonna have them opportunities all night. Like we're not gonna just sit there and do that. We gonna, like you said, we gonna matador that thing a little bit.
Going back to that Conwell sparring, was you asking anything specific of Conwell? Like, I want to hope specifically asking him to push Harrison, come forward, because, or did you let them both do them? Because I feel like then that could have turned into a boxing match.
No. I let them both do them, but again, Charles is just naturally a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? He is just naturally a pressure fighter. Charles is the thing is that Charles is very sharp though. So that's why I feel like it's gonna give us the advantage because not only is he pressuring Tony, but he throwing sharp punches, not coming out wide so much like Tim's is. So I mean, I just feel like if Tony is able to move around like he doing with Charles, then we shouldn't have no problems with Tim Tszyu. Because Charles coming to fight, like Charles is pressure like the whole time, like the whole time. You know what I mean? So he
And I
definitely
know,
like perfect work.
I know, no one could be, an exact
Right.
mirror of
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
but the 3 inch and a half height difference, is that a concern, or were you putting people in there? Because I don't know. I feel like Timmy's even bigger than that 5'8" is registered. You think how'd he look versus Amari?
Amari a big 54 pounder, so he looks small, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be about the same. Like I think with Amari's height and Tim's height, I think it'll pretty much look the same with Tony. I think Charles favor more Tim to do as far as height wise and build. So I think Charles is just overall perfect as far as like the height, the build, the pressure. Charles is sharper. That's the only. I mean, that's in my opinion. Charles is just a sharper, better fighter. But as far as size and stuff, I think they pretty much the same. Him and Tim.
With Pacquiao, this was brought up, but again, I'm touching back on the knockouts and his time with Emmanuel Stewart. He obviously,
Mm-hmm.
was going for it. You think he's lost his killer instinct? Is he just, chess is a mind game. You know,
Right.
it's not about knockouts, right? It's about setting up your
Right.
opponent, and that's more like being a boxer. Is
Right.
that just where he's kind of migrated, or do you think, you know, he can get that killer instinct back?
You talking about Tony, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Tony I think Tony got to a point in his career where just when you lose and just the difference of how they treat you or how they move you, I think Tony realized that winning is just more important. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tony realized sometimes you're just not gonna be able to knock everybody out no matter how hard you try. I think he learned that from her. Like no matter how much you hit a guy, sometimes they just not gonna go down. And I think Tony learned now, like, with his skill, with his personality, like winning is just all that matters. And I think he learned that like these guys just can't box me. The only chance they have is if I turn into a brawler. And I think now he just understanding like winning is what matters. Like you gotta win. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't matter how you win, sometimes it might be ugly, but you just gotta win. And I think he's understanding that now. And I think that's what's going on in his mind at this point in his career.
That's pretty much all mines, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put some money on Tony. You know what I mean,
Hmm.
Coach? Make sure
Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good bet.
make sure you keep him popping the jab and pivoting, please.
Of course. That's the game plan, baby.
Got hooked. You know what I'm saying? Pivot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we definitely gonna have to, yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a lot of good
Gotta
stuff
be
going
a
on in there, man.
matador. Gotta be a
Yeah,
matador.
yeah. I think what y'all seen with Sergio Garcia, I think it's gonna be better than that. He's gonna be a lot sharper. He gonna be a lot of good things gonna come out of this fight, man. So I think we come out of this one. I think a lot of people are gonna be expecting that third one. It's gonna be a good one, but we got to go over there and do what we got to do first. So I think y'all gonna see a good Tony Harris in this fight.
Now, if
Yo,
he could give us that Sergio Garcia performance, then we golden. I think that
Oh,
was
it's
a
gonna be
great
better than that.
performance.
Yeah, it was a great performance. It was great, but I think it's gonna be better. Like I said, he's sharper. He's in better shape mentally. He's in a better place. So I think y'all will see a good version of Tony Harris in this fight.
no man, definitely excited. Obviously, I've been up there, so I've been able to see Tony work, and I've been able to see Tim work. Um,
Right.
so I've been man, I've been fight. Man, I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I've been fighting for Tony because I feel like a lot of people is writing him off out here, man.
No, they do, and
Coach,
that be throwing me off. Like they do. I don't be understanding that. It's like
Yo,
I mean, how
I
you
gotta
don't come
ask.
on? What you mean you don't understand? Some people thought he was up on the cards in the Charlo fight, and you the champ. Like again, how do you lose focus there? Like nobody understood that. Like and like
yeah. I mean,
you boxing needs like boxers. They wish they could have what Harrison and Charlo have. Like Pacquiao and Mayweather had that.
right, right,
Floyd got that with McGregor. But you need a nemesis in this sport. Like Clarissa had that with Savannah. Now she be her nemesis. Is like who
right,
else?
right,
You need
right.
that. So how he let that slip? I don't know, man. I hope
I mean,
I hope
it just
this
like
fight
I
leads
just
him there.
Yeah, I think it will, and I think again, this performance, after the Garcia, so it'll be two good performances. Hopefully everybody won't make it seem like Tony just, which is understandable. I understand it, but just from the eye test, it's like Tony one of the best boxers in the world, man. So it's like I don't know, everybody just keep writing him off like he's just a underdog, like, but it's cool though. He like that role, so
Yo,
we're gonna get it
really,
done.
really quick for me, LJ. Last two things. Well, actually, last three things. Did you feel that Tony? I felt like like they took Tony as a joke during the press conference. I felt like they felt like he was clowning, but I felt like he was being for real. Did you kind of feel that way? Because it seemed like he'd say something and they kind of like laughing at it, not really taking him too seriously. Did you feel that way during the
I
press
mean, he was
conference?
making jokes
I felt
Yeah, I
like
mean he was no Tony was serious, but he was still saying it like
in a
in a
joking
play,
way.
yeah, in a joking way. Because I mean
I
Tony
felt
like
like
he Tim Tszyu is not like a Charlo. Like now, if you get into a Charlo when they barking, and Tony gonna bark for real. But he know that like Sergio Garcia, like these guys are just genuinely nice guys. So it's hard for Tony to really just get up there and just be serious and just be bashing somebody that's what I'm saying. So he's stating facts. I don't think Tim Tszyu resume is that good. I don't think he's fought nobody like me, but I just want to be friends, Tim. Like, he joking around, but he's serious though. You know what I mean?
right. Yo, obviously,
let me jump.
I was gonna ask you just your thoughts as a trainer. You guys fighting like early as fuck. You get what I'm saying? Obviously,
Yeah.
you'll have to get adjusted to the time out there.
Hmm.
You just your thoughts, cause I want to say the fight in out there is gonna be like at noon or 11 in the morning or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. They didn't really tell us like no details. Well, me, I don't know if Tony know it, but they didn't. They didn't really disclose yet like the timing of it or nothing like that. I just know the arena and where and stuff like that, and when we leaving.
I'm gonna be honest. The
So,
only reason nothing's
What
been
time
made.
of day you sparring, coach?
well, right now we sparring here like around noon.
Oh, so you
So we do
good.
all.
You
Yeah, we
good.
do all
Well,
our work around
the
noon.
thing is, noon there is like nighttime here.
No, I
So
know, but
with the
Right.
noon is
travel, yeah,
noon.
That's
Noon
how I
is
look at
noon.
it
By
too,
the
though.
time he
Noon.
get
That's how I look at it.
acclimated,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the
he
thing.
bringing his sparring
Getting
partners. By the time he get
acclimation.
acclimated, he's still gonna spar at noon. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
how I look at it. Yeah,
Floyd said
yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? You train when you fight.
yeah. That's how I look at it though. Like to me, I know it's a time difference, but you got to get accustomed to noon. And to me, noon is noon. Like it's just a
Mm,
matter of like
for
just
sure.
getting the time difference under control. Like you said, we probably gonna get off the plane, work out, sleep, and then get back up at noon. So in his mind, everything is just still noon. Like it's just we're keeping it around noon.
Coach, speaking of nemesis, obviously Alicia Bumgardner AB has one in Michaela Mayer. Now Michaela lost to Bumgardner, but is going to fight the girl Bumgardner lost to. What's your
Right.
thoughts on that fight, and how does it play out?
I think Mayer beat her. I mean, me personally, I would have like I told Tone, I would have liked to see a rematch with AB and Mayer. That's just I just feel like if the goal is to fight the best that's out there, then get the rematch because honestly, I just feel like outside of her, it's really nobody else.
Well, Michaela moved up though, so Alicia would have to
I
move
mean,
up, right?
she should have moved up if she ain't gonna get the rematch. Who else she gonna stay down there for?
But she's fighting the girl that beat Bumgardner, though. I just don't know how to pronounce her name. Can you?
I don't know
Yeah,
how to pronounce.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I know you're talking about though, but I just feel like that's a good step up for her in that division, like just somebody to get going. But I mean, to me personally, women's boxing is doing good, making the big fights. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the big fight for AB would have been at that time just a rematch, like just to stamp it, like just to really stamp that fight. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know AB plans or or where her and Tone got next as far as what's coming up next though.
But you do think Mayer wins her next
Yeah, yeah,
fight? Okay.
yeah. I definitely think Mayer win her next fight against the girl that beat Alicia. Like, I feel like at that time, obviously Alicia wasn't with us, but just watching it, I don't think she was nowhere near the fighter that she is today. So, but again, me personally, I would like to see some Amanda. They got that rematch going. I would like to see Shields against Marshall again. I would like to see AB and Mayer for their second time too. Those are just the three fights that I'm looking forward to, like when it comes to like women's boxing.
Oh, so you ain't hear Shadeja Green then?
No, who was that?
She
Oh.
was on the she was on the Alicia undercard. She whooped
Oh.
on fuck, what's her name?
Aline
Wait,
set of
Alicia
Yeah, set
Alex?
of
rules.
rules. Yeah.
Aline set of rules that never been stopped and went 12 with Franchon Cruz, the undisputed champ, got
Oh
knocked
yeah,
out by
okay, yeah,
Shadeja the
yeah,
Terminator Green.
yeah. I know the lady y'all just said. What's her name? The one that fought
Shadeja
Shadeja
the
Green.
Green.
shit. Yeah. Not her though. You
Terminator.
said the other girl.
Oh, set of rules.
I
Set
ain't
of
Oh,
rules.
set of
set of
rules. Yeah, set of
rules.
rules. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so she fighting that fight was at 130.
No.
No. That's 68. 68.
168.
Set of
Yeah, the
rules
big girl.
is
Yeah, 68 girl. Right. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, cause that's the one she fought Shields, right? For like did Shields beat her?
Yeah, Shields beat no,
no
Franchon Cruz beat
Franchon beat her.
Set of rules.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
She
with you.
beat Napoleon and Unified, and then Franchon Cruz beat her to Undisputed. But
Yeah,
but but
yeah.
Cruz went 12, and Shadeja put
10.
out.
She went 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I'm
trying to
familiar. I'm familiar
downplay it.
with it.
No,
But
I
the thing,
just
he know he is. He said 10.
no,
But no, the
cause
thing is like
somebody
I just
going the comments, yo, it's these internet warriors, LJ. You know, they get in the comments.
I don't know.
Women only fight 10 rounds, and that's you're out here lying.
Oh wow.
But look,
They only
I do.
fight
But
10?
this what I'm saying. I think women's boxing need 12 rounds, 3 minutes. I would be a big fan of that. I feel like that separates.
I
You know,
think so.
Yeah,
Look,
we was pushing for that,
yeah,
but they be hating,
we
man.
was at the convention, and you know they they talking about, well, we got the studies as to why. I'm like, but y'all ain't got the studies on the sparring. Y'all talking about a fight, but 95% of the punches that they take, if not more, is done in the gym. You think they're not
right?
sparring men in the gym? You think they not sparring 3-minute rounds? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Well,
um,
Clarissa, Clarissa come down to our gym all the time, and when I say she go hard, she go hard. She don't care who in front of her, how many minutes, So I feel like just me watching Clarissa up close and stuff like that, and like the intensity, like she can, like they can fight 3 minutes. Like that's why I just don't understand why they're not doing it. Like I just feel like they can do it. Like I've seen them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree. Yo, I gotta ask, cause I'm from Chicago, man, and some people don't take shit like this serious, but I do, right? So, um, y'all being from Detroit, is Tony rocking the buffs on the way to the ring? Cause that speak a lot, man. I'm
No,
serious.
he always gonna rock the bus. That ain't gonna. That's just a Detroit thing. Like that's just what he do. He always gonna rock the bus.
Yo, cause if he bringing Detroit to Australia, you get what I'm saying. He's saying he comfortable. He's saying this is my home. I got Detroit
Nah,
on my face.
He gotta keep the swag. That's what that's what the people love about him. He gotta keep the same swag.
Yeah, you got to keep the same energy, man. Yeah, so
I'm
he
trying
definitely
to.
gonna rock the
I'm,
bus.
I'm trying to hear some baby money, some baby face Ray. I'm trying to hear some Detroit ass shit on the way to the ring. I want him. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Just
he
make
gonna do
sure
that
he
though.
get
We
out
gotta.
early, coach. Make sure he get out early on them early rounds, cause
Make sure he warmed up.
People want to figure each other out, but those rounds you could just bang and make sure you
No,
warm
I
them up.
agree.
Make
I
sure you
agree,
warm them
bro.
up. Tank
I
versus
agree.
Barrios. Was it Barrios or Tank versus Rolly? Tank versus Rolly. He complained. He like, next time I'm coming out warmer. So boom, he just had this other fight versus Hector. Came out a lot warmer. Got the stoppage. Warm him up. Get him ready.
No, for sure.
Let's get this
No, for
win,
sure.
champ. We need this
I
win.
agree.
Yo, if y'all
Everything
need
y'all
to,
saying,
get y'all
100%
waters, get y'all cases of water shipped over there, like whatever y'all need to
No,
do.
for real. No, look, I'm on all that. We on all that,
Get
man.
with
I'm gonna holler.
RX,
I'm gonna
man.
try to.
Tell him to
I'm
send
gonna
you
try to
some
get. I'm
water
gonna try
out
to get
there.
with. Yeah, we're gonna do all that. I'm gonna try to get with Haney too, man, and see if they got some. They got some little spots out there, whatever. So we're gonna definitely try to
Yeah.
make it happen, man. We bring
Hit
it.
up
We bring it
Bill.
home. You know what I'm saying?
Hit up Bill. He's good with his DMs, and he would definitely help you out.
Oh yeah, that ain't no question. I appreciate y'all boys.
All right, Coach. Thank you again for coming on.
Appreciate it, LJ.
No,
Make sure
I
to give out your
appreciate
social
y'all.
media, bro.
You say I ain't hear you say it one more time.
Social media, any social media, so people can follow you and keep up with you.
Oh yeah, I just got the Instagram LJ Harrison 7. That's all. I don't really, I keep it simple on there.
All right. Hey, Coach, before we let you go, I'm sorry. We're discussing whether or not Terrence Crawford should sign to De La Hoya. Obviously, Alexis Roach is the #1 in the WBO. Terrence is still the WBO champ. And, they got Virgil Ortiz over there. Seems like he can't get that Earl Spence fight done on his own. Oscar is asking for an opportunity to represent him in making that fight. And it seems like they did make the Tank and Ryan fight, which is, two separate entities, PBC and Dazn coming together. What's your thoughts? Should Crawford sign to Golden Boy?
I feel like at this moment, yeah. I mean, I feel like you can't get it done by yourself. I feel like ESPN really haven't given him no big fights. I feel like 147 PBC is pretty good, but it's moving kind of slow. So I would say, De La Hoya, like you said, he just made that last fight. So I would say if I had to consider all those options, probably I would go with De La Hoya because obviously he's doing something right where he's trying to make the big fights and he's doing anything he can to make it happen. So if Terrence goal is to, fight the best and be the best at this point, then I would probably say, yeah.
Yo, you know who you need to hit up that you guys have actually worked with, to some extent, Vanessa Lockwood, the masseuse. The physical therapist. She was obviously out there with Devin both times, so I know that she's she has a relationship with Tony to some extent. So
No,
that'd be
Vanessa, my girl. I talk to her. That's my girl. I talk to her all the time. I text her and like we literally text on the phone and talk. Like that's my girl. Like yeah, I definitely talk to her about that too. James, they good people too.
yeah,
Vanessa
phenomenal
is a
people.
yeah, they great people. Like you know what I'm saying. That's the type of people like we love. So like I definitely just check up on her all the time. Her and James, great people. So I'm definitely gonna tap in with them.
For sure, for sure. Well, LJ, we appreciate it, man. I ain't gonna say, like Canelo says, luck is for the mediocre. So handle business, and we'll chop it up when y'all get back.
Oh yeah, we're gonna chop it when we get back, man. I appreciate y'all boys. Thank you.
Thank
Yo,
you, Coach.
yo, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Nes been saying he dying to get on the chessboard with you and Tony. He say he
I
like
mean, my
that.
resume speaks for
Hey, look, we're
itself.
gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Look, this is about to happen. I'm tell you what's gonna happen real quick. We're gonna get this dub. We're gonna come back home. We're gonna fly out there for the plant fight. I'm pulling up. Had a
Okay.
chessboard ready, man.
All
Okay. I
right,
like the
all right.
sound of that. I
Yeah.
like the sound of that. Perfect.
Had a chessboard ready, man.
All right. I like it.
Uh,
Thank you, Coach.
all right, fellas, appreciate y'all.
Yup, have a good one.
Yeah, I like that because I was about to put my resume out there and be like, yo, man, I hold big wins and do big things, but he giving me the opportunity. That's all that matters, man. Phone lines.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.